What's up, WWE YouTube Nation? I hope you guys are having a lovely Tuesday. Sorry that tonight's episode is late, guys. We're going to get into some stuff that happened last night on Monday Night Raw in this episode. But before we get into all of that, guys, we have breaking news from NXT. An NXT superstar was arrested tonight live on WWE NXT TV, and we are going to cover that before we get into what happened last night on Monday Night Raw. So welcome back to the channel of the Ryan Knife WWE Report right here on YouTube. All right, guys, so let's start with breaking news from earlier tonight on NXT in beautiful Orlando, Florida. So, guys, number one, guys, I don't really watch a whole lot of NXT, but when I was looking on WWE Twitter or X, whatever you guys want to call it, a few minutes ago, I actually saw that WWE NXT superstar Tony D'Angelo was arrested. Now, here's where it's, going to be a little bit confusion for me. So if any of you guys watch WWE NXT, you guys can help me out on this. But Tony D'Angelo, guys, just walked in to the WWE NXT arena in Orlando, Florida, and he took apart nearly everybody in sight. The two WWE NXT superstars in the ring were literally laid to waste. And WWE NXT champion, well, it's not WWE NXT champion, but on commentary was Ricky Saints, okay? And he was the one NXT superstar that crossed the paths of Tony D'Angelo earlier tonight on NXT. That was not taken out. But then, coming out of the entrance ramp was WWE NXT General Manager Ava and a whole lot of, black bodyguards in, black bodyguard armor. Tony D'Angelo got out of the ring, walked right up to him, had a very big smirk on his face, looked at NXT GM Ava, turned around, put his hands behind his back, was handcuffed, was walked out the back door of the backstage area of the NXT arena, placed into a patrol car and taken away, guys. And right as he was taken out in the back door of the backstage, I could see the look in NXT GM Ava's face, guys. Very, very upset, very disappointed, guys, in Tony D'Angelo, guys. And really what a reporter or a backstage reporter for NXT did was try to get a word with Tony D'Angelo and all of that. Tony D'Angelo said 2 words, no comment. Now, why did Tony D'Angelo do his attack on NXT tonight? I don't know. But maybe some of you guys actually could know that and elaborate. But I do want to just give you guys the breaking news that WWE NXT superstar Tony D'Angelo arrested live on NXT TV earlier tonight in Orlando, Florida, guys. I will try to keep up with the case, guys. But Tony D'Angelo, guys, and that's the thing, guys. You don't see people get arrested, WWE superstars get arrested live on WWE TV a whole lot. Okay, so what this, little punishment or consequence for Tony D'Angelo will be. Unfortunately, I do not know that and all that. But 1 week, remember guys, 1 week from this Saturday is the Royal Rumble match, the road to WrestleMania. And remember, in the men's and women's Royal Rumble match, we have superstars from Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, and NXT. So the one question now that remains after 2 nights edition of NXT is, will Tony D'Angelo be in the 2026 Men's Royal Rumble match a week from this Saturday in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, guys? Obviously, guys, there's only one way we will find that out, and we'll have to wait till Saturday, January 31st for the Royal Rumble event, guys. But that was breaking news to kick off 2 nights edition of the Ryan Knipe WWE Report. And again, guys, if you guys know why Tony D'Angelo did his attack on NXT tonight, I would love to know. Again, I don't watch a lot of WWE NXT. I just so happen to be on Twitter or X for WWE, and I saw that. So if you guys know any insight on that, or you know the reason why, feel free to let me know down below in the comment section. I don't know the last time we had a superstar arrested on WWE NXT television. So, I would have to take a long thought and think about that. But that is our breaking news to kick off 2 nights edition of the Ryan Knipe WWE Report. All right, guys, now we're going to talk about really the one thing from last night's Monday Night Raw that really a lot of people are talking about, and it has to do with Monday Night Raw GM Adam Pearce, the WWE Hall of Famer, the Oracle of the Vision, Paul Heyman, and the Vision. So let's go back to a week before yesterday on Monday Night Raw when it was in Germany. Now remember what happened, guys. There was a tag team match in Iro Penta and Dragon Lee. I forgot who they were taking on that edition of Raw. But out of nowhere, Dragon Lee would turn around and Bron Breacker would spear Dragon Lee, guys, and then he would take out Iro Penta in the ring, guys. And what was really insane about that is, Bron Breakker then would put his hands on Monday Night Raw GM Adam Pearce, which, let me say this, guys, WWE Hall of Famer, the Oracle, Paul Heyman, he had a point. He had a point in this scenario. He said, with all due respect, Mr. GM Adam Pearce, you put your hands on Bron Breakker first. Now, we've seen the footage. I've looked at the footage a million times. It is true. Monday Night Raw GM Adam Pearce 1000% put his hands on Bron Breakker first. But what Bron Breakker did to get suspended was he put his hands on Adam Pearce, the Raw general manager. And if you guys really listen close to that brief conversation between those two inside the ring, Bron Breakker literally said, "I will kill you." Now, let me explain this something, okay? Do I think Bron Breakker meant that? Absolutely not. Do I really think that Monday Night Raw GM Adam Pearce was unprofessional? 1000% absolutely yes. Here's the thing, okay? I'm not a lawyer, but if I was a lawyer, you got to know one thing. when you put your hands on Bron Breakker first, you are provoking Bron Breakker, which, by the way, is a guy on the WWE roster you really don't want to provoke. So last night on Monday Night Raw, the vision of Bronson Reed, Austin Theory, and Logan Paul were taking on Eva Penta, Dragon Lee, and WWE Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio. And during the match, at ringside was WWE Hall of Famer the Oracle Paul Heyman and Monday Night Raw GM Adam Pearce. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Okay, during the match, Adam Pearce would get on the apron and he would, because I think it was Austin Theory that had, it may have been Logan Paul that had, the brass knuckles. And Monday Night Raw GM Adam Pearce made the referee caught. Of course, the Vision got caught doing that. Thanks to Monday Night Raw GM Adam Pearce. Then Adam Pearce walks right over, gets on the ring apron again, and takes the brass knuckles away. So he's already interfered in the match 2 times now in less than 10 seconds. Now, what's even more controversial about this match was that WWE Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio would get the brass knuckles, put it on his hand, and boom, knockout, causing 1, 2, 3, Penta, Dragon Lee, and Rey Mysterio would win the matchup. And then backstage between WWE Hall of Famer the Oracle Paul Heyman and Monday Night Raw GM Adam Pearce, they would have a conversation. And it was really interesting what Paul Heyman said. Paul Heyman said, Mr. Pearce, okay, I'm not threatening you because that could be used against me. But if I were you, I would go ahead and take that phone call. Okay, now later, guys, as the Vision were leaving Raw last night, Monday Night Raw GM Adam Pearce looked at Paul Heyman and the Vision and said, next week on Monday Night Raw from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, the final Raw before the Royal Rumble event, Bron Breakker will return and he will be in the ring man to man with the very man that suspended him, Monday Night Raw GM Adam Pearce. So next week, Bron Breakker and Adam Pearce will meet face to face in the ring. Now, what's really interesting is there is a couple of conditions to this, okay? The biggest condition is that nobody of the Vision, so no Paul Heyman, no Bron Breakker, no Paul Heyman, no Logan Paul, no Austin Theory, no Bronson Reed. All right, it is man to man, and Adam Pearce said that. The condition is, guys, if anybody in the Vision interrupts that meeting, Bron Breakker will continue to be suspended. That is a condition that Adam Pearce made earlier today. Now, I have found out that Bron Breakker has taken to social media, guys, and he hasn't said a whole lot about this incident, but he did say that he will be in the ring, and he has acknowledged that he has a lot to say to Mr. Adam Pearce, guys. And Adam Pearce, guys, the Monday Night Raw general manager, has stated that, and he stated it to Paul Heyman last night. He said, Mr. Heyman, I am a grown man. Now, what they're going to talk about inside that ring, nobody knows, and we will have to wait to find out. But what is really interesting, guys, is that, remember, next Monday Night Raw, the final Raw before the Royal Rumble and the road to WrestleMania 42, guys. Bron Breakker, Adam Pearce. And what's funny is Mr. Heyman of The Vision said, Mr. Pearce, you better be on your best behavior. I got to be very honest with you guys. I have a feeling that Bron Breakker could be in this year's Royal Rumble match, but the whole internet on, X or Twitter is already saying that Adam Pearce is screwed. 100%. So I want to know what that means because, guys, if I was the GM of Monday Night Raw, I would be very, very concerned, not just that I'm in the ring with Bron Breakker, but exactly what intentions does Mr. Bron Breakker have for that meeting? You got to remember this, guys. Paul Heyman, the Oracle of the Vision, he has stated to a social media outlet earlier today about the incident, and he has promised that Bron Breakker and Adam Pearce will be solo in the ring. The Vision will not interfere. Remember, if the Vision interferes in that meeting in any sort of way, if they even are spotted anywhere near that ring for that meeting, Bron Breakker will remain suspended. So I got to be honest with you guys, but in the past 2 Monday Night Raws, Bron Breakker suspended, of course, right? But last night, we continued to see the aggravation of Monday Night Raw GM Adam Pearce, guys. And I spoke to a friend of mine who's a big WWE fan. He predicted, however, I highly doubt this, but this friend of mine predicted that we potentially could see Bron Breakker versus Adam Pearce. And I got to be very honest with you guys. If you're Adam Pearce, what is your strategy for this meeting? It's simply one thing. Business, right? It's business. And I think that all Bron Breakker will have to do is probably say 2 words that I know he will refuse to say. Those 2 words, I'm sorry. He does that, he will be reinstated and be in the Royal Rumble match. He doesn't do that, and he will miss the Royal Rumble match. But guys, I got to be very honest with you guys. Adam Pearce, I really hope he really knows what he's doing, because you're not meeting any ordinary WWE superstar in the ring. You're not meeting a member of the Vision in the ring. You're meeting a guy that can run the ring ropes at 24 miles an hour. Turn you inside out before you even blink. And possibly end your career if he wanted to. Okay? Remember, 2 weeks ago when Bron Breakker put his hands on Adam Pearce, Bron Breakker looked in Adam's eyes. He said, "You touch me again, I will kill you. And what are you going to do about it?" Right? Now, like I just said, guys, I really believe in that moment, it was the heat of the moment. Bron Breakker was probably not going to do that. Bron Breakker's he's a badass, unpredictable badass. I'll give him that. But he's not going to do that. The week before he said that, Bron Breakker lost to CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship in the biggest match of Bron Breakker's life. So let me ask you guys this. What do you think will go on during that meeting in Toronto next week on Raw? If I was Adam Pearce, I would be very careful how I go into that meeting and very careful of what I say. Because Bron Breakker, you can keep him suspended. That doesn't mean he will show up in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia on the 31st of January and find a way to win the Royal Rumble. I'm just saying. Just saying. All right, guys. So I think that's a good place to stop for tonight's episode, guys. Tomorrow we are going to continue of a breaking news announcement regarding a match that was made for the Royal Rumble last night on Monday Night Raw. And we're going to talk a really deep dive into this match, guys. So we will talk about that all in tomorrow's episode. Again, guys, to kick off this episode, we talked about the breaking news that was made regarding NXT earlier tonight, regarding NXT superstar Tony D'Angelo. Again, if you guys know why Tony D'Angelo did his attack earlier tonight on WWE NXT TV, definitely let me know down below in the comment section, guys. But you know, I'm gonna just say this, guys. Bron Breakker, Adam Pearce, man-to-man, face-to-face in the ring next week on Raw in Canada. I have a feeling something is going to go down in that meeting, and it is not going to be in the favor of Adam Pearce. But you really don't know, because the one man that can reinstate the unpredictable badass of Bron Breakker is Monday Night Raw GM Adam Pearce. So really, Bron Breakker may have to say 2 wins, and those 2 wins are, I'm sorry, to get reinstated for the Royal Rumble, which is a week from this Saturday. But other than that, guys, I never asked you guys about what you guys thought of Raw last night. So let me know what you guys thought of that. But let me know what you guys think of Tony D'Angelo getting arrested earlier tonight in NXT, guys. And I will try to keep a very close eye on that situation. But yeah, guys, so have a great rest of your Tuesday night, guys. And thank you so much for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed. I'll see you all tomorrow in our next episode.